I mean, obviously the biggest thing for me was the 40. And so I think teams definitely wanted to see if, I had the speed, I guess. I think I got a decent start, and that was good. Not sure what the official time was still. Feel like even there's still some room to improve in terms of speed and like going to keep training and trying to get faster. But I think that was the biggest thing for me. I think I looked smooth in the drills, felt like it in the DB drills. And I think they wanted to see that too, and just show a little bit of athleticism. I think I did that. So,
is there an NFL box safety comp that you're making to teams? Is there a player that you feel like is the comp for what you bring?
That's funny. I haven't actually thought about that. It's a good question though, and I'll try and get back to you on it. Think about it a little. All right, yeah, there you go.
How excited are you for your brother to be playing here?
Oh yeah, that's exciting. Talking to him a lot. I've come up here a few times just since he's enrolled, and I think he's liking it a lot. Coaches are loving him. I'm excited for him to be on a little bit of a bigger stage and be able to come in and play. And I know he's going to love this team. Already he does, just the way that they can connect. Love the coaches and just the whole atmosphere. I think he's going to really, really enjoy it. I'm happy for him, really happy for him, and I'm excited for a big year for him.
What kind of strengths do you think he kind of brings to this specific team and scheme?
Yeah, he comes in with a lot of experience already, real smart player that you can, plug and play in a couple different positions. Hard worker and a leader type of guy that, I think earned his respect pretty quickly by working, and then, just a real heady guy, real smart, so he can control things from the back end. I think that helps a lot with, Coach Lanning and Coach Lepoy, what they want to do with this defense. Gives them a little more, freedom to call some different stuff and put in different schemes.
What do these next few weeks look like? Do you have visits lined up with teams or anything?
Nothing lined up right now. Been talking to some scouts and coaches, trying to get some visits lined up, but nothing scheduled as of now. Just going to be home training. So where I was training before, it was like 10 minutes from the house, so it was a good spot. Going to go back there and keep training. But like I said, it's out of my hands now, and it feels good to be in that position. And then we'll see, come draft day, what happens. So,
how many informals did you have during the All-Star process?
We'll get them out. Up near 20 of the teams. Yeah, right around 20. And we got a good list of, like 12 to 15 teams that are really interested. So it was good to talk to a bunch of teams, and I feel like that's a big strength of mine, is being able to get in front of those guys and let them hear me, speak and be genuine and be honest about, whatever it is. I think that only helps me, so it was good.
You saw from the combine, but Kincaid said you were one of the best DBs he played, which having 2 picks helps. I mean, that's something. But when you're getting from a top 5 tight end in this draft saying that, and what does that mean to you? What do you hope to get across from either these informals and these meetings or a top 30 visit or anything like that to teams, that what you can do against tight ends in particular?
Yeah, that's great to hear. I didn't know that. Felt like I had a good showing that game for sure, and that's something I think is a strength of mine, is being able to guard tight ends and then be able to guard slot receivers. Obviously, get Tyreek Hill in the slot, it might be a little bit of a challenge, but that versatility I think is a big strength of mine. And then to have the respect from a guy like Kincaid is pretty cool. But like I said earlier, I think just being in front of did what I did on the field, and I think the film shows a lot that I'm a football player. But being able to add that personality piece and be able to give them the whole picture of who I am and who I can be in the locker room and as an addition to the team, I think is only going to help boost my stock. So,
As your time at Oregon and your time playing college football comes to a close, was it everything you hoped it'd be?
Yeah. I say this a lot, but like, there's obviously stuff I wish I could have back or wish, went differently. What comes to mind is the Washington game, but it was all for a reason. Like it set up, how I played against Utah. It's just like everything here was the way that it was supposed to be, and that's not really something that I can control my fate. So I feel like it all worked out how it was supposed to. I learned so much from being here. Loved my time here. Loved the relationships I got to make. Even just coming back, I was sitting in the lobby yesterday, and I'm like, wow, like kind of want to play another year. Like see if I got any more eligibility somewhere. But this place is just special, so I had a really good time.
From your perspective, when you were one of the leaders of the defense, you called a lot of stuff from back there, either as deep safety or nickel. Just why was it that, it's not even one individual's thing, Bennett, but just why wouldn't the defense just be able to put up better results as a whole when you're here, when Noah's here, and the combine guy and Gonzo did what he did? Just why wasn't it just able to fully come together last year?
That's a good question. It's hard to pinpoint, but to me, like it was a first year, right? First year under whole new coaching staff, pretty much whole new strength staff. Like there's definitely some learning curve and some growing pains. We had definitely some talent back there, but especially with the scheme like that we ran, it takes more than just a quick off season and a year to get it really going, especially how complicated that thing is. So once that's why I'm really excited to see, the next couple years, because you got talent that's going to keep coming in and out. But the comfortability with the defense that all the guys are going to have, and then you start playing fast and you start not even thinking about it. And that's when you get a defense that's just swarming all over the field. Plus you add the talent, and you'll see. I think the next few years are going to be really special.
That part of 3 coordinators in 3 years and learning to have to speak Tosh. So I've heard there's a separate language.
Yeah. It's different. And for me, I've had 6 different position coaches in 6 years, right? So I'm adaptable, I guess you could say. Been able to a lot of different coaching styles, been able to learn a lot of different schemes. So it was a transition, but for me, I kind of feel like I thrive under that, being able to get thrown in the fire and pick stuff up quickly. So for me, I felt like I got the defense down pretty well, played well last year under it, but as a whole, you got to get everybody on that same page, and just more time, really more time in the scheme is going to get it there. So.
Is there anybody kind of in that sense who you're really excited to watch next year, who you think it could kind of click for?
There's a kid with last name Williams. No. Oh man, I'm excited for BA Brian Anderson. I think obviously his athleticism and his abilities are definitely off the charts. And I think he's really finding that spark, that hunger to learn and get it all down and be fully into the whole football, like just pour himself into it. And I think he's kind of getting there. So he's one I'm really excited to watch. Bassa, he's just a leader, but I think that he's just developing. He works so hard. And he's going to keep developing whatever position they ask him to play. I think he's going to do that. And then Jamal Hill, really excited to see what he can do. Just the way he works. I think another one, Dante Manning, like the sky's the limit for him. Still just kind of young, but he's getting there. And sometimes it takes just 1 year and you see guys like make a crazy jump. So I'm excited to see what a lot of those guys can do, and then I think the D line is going to be a force to be reckoned with. A lot of those guys coming back. I'm excited to see what the defense can do this year.
Gonzo said a lot of these drills are like training like track athletes. Is that something that was it kind of confusing because it's like you're not doing these all the time in practice? How is that process like?
Yeah, it's different. This is this is all measurement based stuff, right? So it's not a lot of football, and that's different. Training for it is different. but it's just like that's another thing that I get to put under my belt. Like, okay, now I learn some speed stuff. I never ran track, in high school or before that, so it's something I got to put a couple tools in my belt, and that's kind of how I look at it. At first, it was foreign and felt like I was getting frustrated a little bit, like I'm never gonna run fast or I'm never gonna do well in the drills, whatever. But you stay at something, you keep practicing it, and eventually you'll get good at it. So for me, yeah, it was definitely different, but something that I'm glad that I got to go through.